Good morning. It's fancy coffee time. You guys are probably gonna see a very angry Miss Chubba-Wubba-Cheekies throughout coffee. She's currently right there, okay, and she's not happy. Do you wanna know why she's not happy? Because she has an appointment today, and we had to take her food away last night for her appointment. So she's out here extra special, begging, and I wish I could give you food, Mommy. She's got an ultrasound today. We've been worried sick about her. Again, she just tried to jump up on the island and almost didn't get it. So today is her ultrasound. They have run every other test, and hopefully this one gives us answers. Hi, Sir Chinkertons. All of the cats are very mad at me right now because we had to put the food away. I know, Bubba. I know. Everyone's so hungry. Oh, let's make our coffee. These babies are breaking my heart. I know, my pretty girl. I know. So today, for the ultrasound, they're going to be checking for insidious cancer, parasite, and FIP. And we just hope, whatever it is, Mommy and Daddy can get her fixed. Okay? So I did not sleep good because I'm worried sick about her. Look at her. Just look at her. Literally the best kitty in the whole world. So I will keep you posted on Chubby Cheeks. It may take a while to get the final results back of the testing because with Reginald, we had his ultrasound done and they didn't see anything that day. And then we got the results a week later and he passed away that night. So she is nowhere near as sick as Reginald was. I am hyper vigilant and it took us 6 months to find out what was wrong with Reginald. So I'm hoping, and everything in me hopes they can find out what's wrong with her on Chubba-Wubba's, because she's the world's best kitty cat. So other than her appointment today, I'm gonna go to the gym. I've got an appointment. Marsha, I know, Mommy. She is not happy with me right now. I know, Mommy. I know. Come here. I know. Can Mommy make her coffee? Pretty please. I think you want me, but I think you only want food. And Mommy can't get, see what I'm saying? Her balance is off. Something is wrong, you guys. I've been telling, okay, I'm gonna try not to freak out right now. But every time that happens, I freak out because it's not normal for her to be so off balance. Been losing weight. We've been giving her food around the clock. She's not gaining weight back. Animals are legitimately the world's biggest heartbreak. You know, I need more milk in here. Hold on, Mommy, hold on. I know. You're not allowed to have nothing. The doctor said you're not allowed to have anything because I will worry myself sick. I know, Sir Chinkerton. I'm trying not to be stressed out, but them not having food all night is the level of chaos with these cats. Chubby was mad, Lucy's mad, Sir Chinkertons is mad, everybody's mad because we don't have our food buffet. It's gonna be okay. Chubby Cheeks is gonna be okay. I'm sticking with that, huh, Mommy? So, yeah, we're worried this morning because this pretty girl just isn't herself. And she even my husband, I've been telling him about her balance because we've been getting her in and out of the vet for, I don't know, maybe a month and a half now with all of her testing. And yeah, she's not herself. Normally she'll lay in bed with me, right? And she sleeps on my hip. So if I move, she'll just lay there normally. But now when I move, even a tiny bit, she falls off of me. Not she's trying to fall, she just loses balance and falls. I know. So she's definitely not herself. We need to figure out what's wrong. And right now she just wants to go to sleep on me. See this? She definitely doesn't feel good. I know, Mommy, I know. Oh, there you go. I'm not gonna, God. She's legitimately breaking my heart, you guys. This is Chubby. You can eat as soon as we get home from the doctor's later. We drop her off at 8:30 and then pickup will be around 1:30. And again, we may not have any answers for a week or two. I hope that's not the case because, as you guys know, I have had a really bad gut feeling for a long time. I wouldn't say a long time, but as soon as I was nervous about her getting sick, my husband was like, all right, let's schedule the appointment. And she must have not been happy the last time she was at that vet's office and they were running tests, because not only did they call to remind us to give her the medicine today, they text and then they called again. So she must have been a little spicy. They were like, don't forget to give her medicine. So why is it that we do this? We get these babies. Ultimately, we know what's gonna happen, right? And you're gonna love them, and they're gonna give you all the special feels that make you feel so loved. And then at the end, what's that saying? They're your favorite hello and your hardest goodbye. Even like her getting up, she can't even get up normal. She's like, I don't know, she's not walking right. That's why I'm nervous it's FIP. That's what I'm most nervous about. Because her walking's been off. I was telling the vet, like, she's been doing this thing where like one paw doesn't go down, and that's not normal. There's so many things I've noticed. And I think my husband's like, well, you're hyper vigilant, you know, because I panic about my babies. I don't know. I just know that today we've been waiting on for over a week. I just hope whatever's wrong, we can fix her. It's not hypothyroidism. It's not diabetes. It's not like the things that cats get. But at the end of the day, 6 years ago, this sweet girl chose me. She chose me. She's given us nothing but 6 years of pure love and every single person that walked into this house. When we first heard from the vet that it was not anything he thought it was, and he said he wanted to check her for cancer or parasite, I have this thing with my babies that the minute I know for sure that they're sick or suffering, I cannot make them go through that just so I can hold on a little longer. They love us so selflessly and unconditionally. Every animal I've ever owned, that is a promise I've made. I will not hold on to you longer than you're ready. And so while I'm going into today's appointment hopeful, I know that if the news comes back that it's something that can't be treated, I know I won't make her suffer just because I can't let go. I can't do that to my babies. My husband and I talked about it, and you know, with Reginald, when he was diagnosed with FIP, like immediately, I told my husband that morning when I woke up, I said, I don't think he's gonna make it through the day. And my husband was like, no, he's sick, but he'll be okay. We're waiting for the vet results. And sure enough, he didn't. But when we got the results that he had wet FIP, I immediately got online and I like started doing research. And I mean, it was probably only like 8 hours between when we got the result and when he passed away. Okay, so it wasn't, I didn't have time for much, but I was doing all this research on kitties with FIP. And in a lot of these support groups, people were saying that like, because back then they didn't have a treatment for it, and you had to get a treatment and it wasn't through your vet, if you know what I'm saying. And you would have to give the cat a shot every day for almost 3 months. A lot of the owners are saying that their cat completely changed in relation to them, because by giving your cat a shot every day for a month, your cat starts to associate pain with you. So my friend Claire already said that like, if it is FIP, she will come over every day and give Chubby Cheeks her shot. If it's not FIP, I don't think, I don't even like to think about it. I can't watch this sweet girl suffer. I can't. She has brought so much love to my life, and she was a gift. You know, she found us at an Airbnb on a trip it was a reunification trip. My best friend, my childhood best friend, we hadn't seen each other in like 10 years, and Chubby Cheeks was there. And no matter what the results are today, we will choose to do what's best for Chubby Cheeks and her quality of life, because ultimately that's our sacrifice for our babies, is that they don't suffer. I've seen people hold on to animals because they're not ready to let go, and I think that the trauma that happens from that is not something I want to go into. So she's okay right now, right? She's okay right now. She's been in and out of the vet's office for a month, and it's not serious enough to where they've wanted to keep her for anything. Okay, so that's what we're staying positive on, but she's not gaining weight. She's still losing weight. Let's just hope she gets better. Where are you going? Where are you going? Seeing like her claws, her claws are getting stuck unusually. I don't know if that's a sign of being sick, but her claws never got stuck like that before. There's something going on up here because her paws aren't working properly. And she's very slow moving. She has no energy. Can't figure out why she's not absorbing nutrients. I don't know. This has been an entire video of how stressed out I am for my baby girl. And all she wants is food right now, and she can't have it. She's breaking my heart. So today, I'm gonna be grateful for veterinarians. I did tell my husband, if it does come back that it is FIP, we will be changing vet offices. And I'm keeping it 100% real. When I walked in there with her a month ago, I said I want her checked for FIP. And I was assured that that would be nearly impossible for me to have 2 cats that both had FIP. They were both rescues. If it does come back that she has FIP, I told my husband we will be switching our vet's office, because I walked in there a month ago and said, this is what I think it is. Please test her for that. And we have spent thousands of dollars on other tests that have given us no results. And now we're going today to see the ultrasound, which is exactly what I wanted done to begin with, because I knew that's the only thing that gave us a diagnosis for Reginald. So I told my husband, I said, look, I understand vets' offices, like, they are overworked, they are emotionally drained, like, that is the hardest job. I would never be able to do that. But I think that some vets, if it turns out that this is what it is, I think that, and I've seen it, we've been with our vet for a long time, I'm seeing a burnout happen, like understaffing, the emotions that they have to deal with. I'm sure a lot of owners are not nice when it comes to their animals. These are like our children, and we can get, well, not me. I've never been mean about my animals. I want them to treat my babies as good as anything, but I'm sure people, like, emotionally can get mean with the vets and the people in the vet's office. And I'm not saying anything shitty about the vet. I think that that is a career and a field where the turnover and the mental health is not good. Okay, not good. Our vet's office, I think there's only one vet doctor there that has been there the whole time we've been there. Everybody else, it's like, you know, it's like a revolving door almost. So I could understand that, like, they would want to do all the other tests first. But I like to go by this thing called intuition, and it usually serves me pretty right. I'm not saying I want it to be right in this case, but my intuition told me, ask for the ultrasound, and I did, and they did not give us one. So I hope to God it's not FIP, because we saw our other cat do that. And I mean, the odds of us having 2 cats with FIP in one home is crazy, considering Chubby Cheeks came from West Virginia, and, you know, and Reginald, we don't even know where he came from. I got him from a rescue in Washington, I know that, but we don't know where he came from before that. So we are a rescue only house. Rescue or adopt. I've never bought an expensive animal. I think the most expensive I've ever paid for an animal for a rescue is like $250. And that usually is just to pay for, like, their microchipping. I hope you're not getting too much feedback from a hot flash fan. That's usually to pay for, like, their microchipping, their vaccinations, and, you know, things that they needed while they were in the rescue. So I never mind paying to rescues. Like, you can ask me $400 and I'll probably give it to you, because you're saving babies. Okay, you're saving babies' lives. So that's it. Yeah, we are huge animal lovers here. I've always been an animal lover my whole life. Very first dog I ever had, her name was Sheba. We had Sheba and Shadow. Sheba was a German Shepherd. Horrible things happened to Sheba that she did not deserve. You know, when I talk about, like, my childhood, I've done a lot of work to go back and finally, like, be able to pull happy memories, right? But when I talk about my childhood, there were not very many good memories, and especially in terms of animals. Like our cats, my childhood cats, we came home and they were just gone one day. Mom said they went to a farm. Sheba, that was horrible what happened to her. We lived on Kenmore Boulevard in Akron, Ohio, and there were 2 gangs, rivalry gangs, and it was so stupid because they were stupid. They were called the Do-Rags and the Arrowheads. I said it was stupid before I told you the gang names, okay? You already knew they were stupid because I said they were stupid, but then I told you that there was a gang called the Do-Rags and an opposing gang called the Arrowheads, and they used to fight in our front yard. True story. My mom used to go out with a baseball bat breaking up gang fights in the front yard. So anyways, there's this one time. My mom, her family, my stepdad, everybody, like all the adults are sitting around the kitchen table, and they used to sit and play games for hours. I think this night specifically, they were either playing Tripoli or poker. One of them. Most likely was Tripoli, because poker is in Tripoli. Okay, it's a game. It's a fun game. Super fun game. I love it. Anywho's, kids are all running around. Me and my cousins are going nuts. Next thing you know, there's a huge commotion outside, right in our front yard. So what happens? Well, my biological mom, who is 5 foot tall and was approximately 140 pounds back then, sees this gang fight happening in the front yard. Now, mind you, we are all peeking out windows watching this happen. There's about 50 to 60 people. Just like you know that movie, Spartans or whatever? And they just like, rah, and clash. That's what it was in my front yard. And I am like 6 years old watching this happen. Okay? Okay. I just want to clarify that. So, next thing you know, my stepdad was like a big, scary Harley biker dude, right? Like, I wouldn't have fucked with him on a good day. He is like, let's call 999s, which here in America, it's the 911s, but I call 999s because I love my British homies. Anyways, so he's like, let's call the 999s. And my little 5 foot biological mom, she was like, nay. What does she do? She goes and grabs my little brother's baseball bat. He's 8. How big do you think that bat was? Not big. She goes out, and I shit you not, I've never, and so like, it's kind of funny telling the story now, but it's really not funny because I can like feel my nervous system reacting right now telling the story, because it was very traumatic for 6-year-old Desiree to see her little teeny tiny mom go out there. Now, why didn't a single fucking adult take all of us kids and be like, go upstairs? Well, we would have went upstairs and we would have looked out the front window of my bedroom, because my bedroom, you could see the whole thing, you know, but not a single adult was like, the kids shouldn't be seeing this. No, but the adults, like, okay, I'm 40 years old, and if anybody would agree with me that the adults, for us 40-year-olds, they didn't give a fuck what we were doing. They didn't want us. They did not want us to bother them. They wanted to like bring us over to their friend's house or our family's house and like make their pot of coffee, and then the kids were just told to fuck off. So it's like they didn't care that we were watching it. So anyways, my mom goes out there and she's like battling. She's like swinging this baseball. And I mean, she's fucking people up. She don't give a damn. She don't give a damn. She's out there, and really what it was like, it was a rivalry thing, but it was also an initiation. So what no one saw happening that she could see happening, there was one person in the middle of that getting blasted, and she fainted, and she went, and she did, I don't know how she did it, but she did. She scared the fuck out of them, because she was just out there wilding with a baseball bat. She didn't care. Again, 6-year-old Desiree. And this is just a layer of the fucking onion, okay? We got the Willy Wonka onion of trauma over here. This is just one of the gang initiations that I witnessed in my life, okay? So, anyways, she breaks the fight up, which is great. The guy that was in the middle, they're out there, and from what I remember, an ambulance and everything came. That's when they were like, come on, kids, let's go. But, so she went out there and she battled them. Broke up the whole fight. A couple weeks later, I come home from school. Me and my brother and sister walk home from school. And we walk up on the front porch. And she was there. She had went missing. We had no clue where she was. Everybody was hunting for her. We could not find her anywhere. All I'm going to say is that the gang found her. And they left her for us kids to find. After that, my mom took Shadow. I don't know where Shadow ever went. We just came home one day and Shadow was gone. That was her way of protecting us from seeing that again, was to get rid of our other family dog, so that what they did to Sheba, they could not do to Shadow as well. Because Sheba was an indoor dog. Shadow was more of like an outdoor dog, the protector. We lived in not a great neighborhood. So Shadow was chained up out back most of the time. And somebody came near that house, we knew. You know, we knew someone was near that house. So all of that, and those were my first animals. And even that heartbreak as a little girl did not stop me from continuing to love animals. It was horrendous what happened. And I think the worst part is that, like, as a 6-year-old, I knew that kind of violence existed in the world. No one protected me from even that. Also, another story in regards to animals. Okay, I think I need to talk about this in therapy, because this is now 4th or 5th time it's popped in my head, and there's definitely something underlying here, because I didn't even plan on talking about this. Okay, when I was a kid, my mom's stalker lived in our basement. Yeah, wish I was lying about that. I'm not. He lived in our basement a lot of bad things happened with that situation. And one morning I went down to check on my bird, and we couldn't figure out why. And it turns out that her stalker was living in a cubby hole in our basement, legitimately like 18 inches away from me the morning I found my bird. Yeah. So complex PTSD is a bitch, okay? But I look back now, and again, I'm gonna bring this up in therapy because the fact that the bird situation has come into my mind a lot lately, and I've actually talked about it a lot with my friends. So there's something there in regards to me feeling unsafe that keeps coming up, because my brain is reminding me of a situation where I felt very, very, very unsafe, but it was never until after the fact. Like, we didn't know all these things with like my mom's stalker until after it was done. Like, I had to ride in a hearse with a dead body in the back. I swear, I wish I was making this up, because my mom had a stalker. Gosh. Yeah, my nervous system is definitely reacting to all this because I'm getting kind of nauseous. Sorry to trauma dump on you this morning. I wasn't expecting this. I think I'm just worked up about chubby cheeks. That it is really activating my nervous system right now. And I'm talking about like super horrible shit. And I'm still, my therapist always reminds me, like, you can't chill your nervous system overnight. So I'm still like really worked up from last week. And, you know, this with Chubby has had me really on edge. And now all these childhood memories are coming back. And, okay, sometimes these just like fly out of my mouth and I start talking about it before thinking about how it's gonna affect me. And honestly, like last week I had talked about so many like hurtful things because of what I was going through. I didn't think bringing it up now was gonna cause this reaction, but oh yeah, those are just a couple pieces of things that I went through with my babies when I was a baby. Sheba. German Shepherds have always been my favorite dog because of Sheba, and I think I've always just been too scared to get one, because that's all I think about when I think of a German Shepherd, and they're my favorite breed. German Shepherds and Pit Bulls are my favorite breeds. I just don't know if I'll ever be able to have one of my own because of what happened to Sheba. Yeah, so if you're up today and you're watching this, please send us some love for our Chubba Wubbas, because she is the sweetest girl in the whole world. I would do anything for my fur babies. I really would. They give me so much love. I think maybe that's why I've always loved animals, is because they don't hurt me like people do. You know? Like, a dog can bite, but a dog would never stab me in the back. Kitty cat can hiss at you, but kitty cat's never gonna take advantage of you. Maybe that's why I've always loved animals so much. Because for a lot of my life, all I knew from people was that they cause chaos. Not the good fun kind. Okay, good news. I went to the gym with my best friend yesterday. I gotta switch it up because I gotta calm my nervous system. You guys don't understand. I have like the biggest lump in my throat right now. Let's focus on something happy. I went to the gym with my best friend yesterday and we worked out together. It was so fun. He killed it. I was telling my husband, I was like, man, I hope TJ's not too sore because I'm pretty sore. That he did the same workout. But I did like 3-ish workouts, 3.5-ish workouts yesterday. So by the time I got to the gym with TJ, I was like done. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, man, when I become a personal trainer, like, where do I get the energy to do my workouts and then help others work out? Like, how do I do that? Well, I guess I would just show them a couple. I don't have to work out with my clients. TJ was just like, he's like, hey, thanks for letting me be your first client. I was like, oh, I didn't even realize it. Like, I'm not certified yet, but I didn't even realize it. Like, he was legitimately the first person I've ever trained in a gym. And it was really cool. And he was an amazing student. He did great. So yeah, and I wanted to get some schoolwork done yesterday. I did not. I ran all day. And I think I had maybe 30 minutes in the day where I had clear thoughts. And so I sat down and wrote some things that I needed to kind of talk to myself about, I guess. I've been doing an obsessive amount of journaling lately. I feel like that's the only thing getting me through, you know, like, hey. So, yeah, okay. Very grateful for that workout with my best friend yesterday. Very grateful for the hot flash fan. Okay, grateful for Crunch, my favorite gym in the world. Love it. I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for all of my fur babies. I'm grateful for veterinarians' offices that hopefully give us answers that we need in terms of chubby cheeks today. More than anything, I'm grateful for me. I'm grateful for my strength. I'm grateful for my resilience, my perseverance, and my fucking beautiful face. Because have you seen this? I hope you have a wonderful day. I will keep you guys posted on chubby cheeks, but again, don't expect any results possibly for up to a week because I do not think it's cancer. I do not think it is parasite. I think it's FIP. I hope I'm 100% wrong on that, but I think it's FIP. Okay. All right. Have a great day. I love you. Bye.